Hello, happy Saturday, guys. Thanks for returning. Thanks for watching this. And this is another installment of Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Season 3 episode. I want to say, is this episode 11, 12?
I
This
think
might be,
it's 12 or 13. I
yeah,
think.
we are moving. We are moving
Yeah.
to this season. So, again, my name is Cinquetta Wilkes, and I'm the author of Here's Not the Prize, You Are. How to Flip the Script, Regain Your Power, and Live Life on Your Terms, which is out on Amazon. I'm also the author of The Master Reset, a Girl's Ultimate Guide to clear out space on her spiritual hard drive. And I'm back again with my co-host, Brittany. Blessed be Brittany on YouTube. And also, she'll probably tell you a little bit about herself as well before we get started.
Hello, everyone, all the newcomers. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Blessed B. You can find me on pretty much every platform under Blessed B. BELLESSITBEE.
I love it. I don't know why I keep putting it Blessed be Brittany. Practice your name starts with a B too. It just kind of fits. So, all right, how would you rate this episode, Brittany, on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being and 10 being like, oh my gosh, I love this episode. How would you rate it?
I give it a 7 and I
Okay.
I give it a 7.
I
It didn't really keep my attention like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, so.
I'll give it a 7 too, because I was a little upset that they didn't just skipping ahead that we didn't see the scene between Tiffany and Destiny. I wanted to see that sit down. I wanted to see them together, but we'll wait till next week. But a 7, that's a good. I would say that's a 6 or 7. It wasn't giving too much.
But. Yeah. And when I say 6 or 7, I mean I don't even. If I knew that's what it was giving, and I wasn't reviewing the show, I probably would have been okay. You know how you record something and you forget, and you watch it a week later. I would have been fine with missing it.
It was a filler episode. It did feel like a filler episode. Let's just put this in so we can have enough episodes for the season. But Lee KK, we are going to get into that. We're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh my goodness, we're going to talk about this." All right, so Brittany, let's go ahead and talk about scene 1. Set it up for us.
Okay, so scene 1 was pretty much the guys and the girls. They were leaving Vegas. Everybody was getting all packed up. So that's when they had the pretty much the cast they're going back and forth between the cast sitting down, and they pretty much started off where I got my first notes is pretty much Tisha. She walks into Kimmy's and Marie's room, and for me it's like you ever been so emotionally distraught and you have to go to school or you have to go to work, and then somebody asks you what's wrong and you just break down because you're not okay. But but just that person asking you, are you okay, shows that they care and you feel safe in that moment. So you just let all your guards down. And I feel like that was the spot that Tisha was at when she walked into Kimmy and Marie's room, because she just started getting emotional.
She released, and I liked to see, I liked how Kimmy asked her a day later after everything kind of calmed down a little bit, like, oh, how'd you feel about Marcel doing the marriage? I like that over Melody's asking her like right after it happened, like, dang, give the girl a time to process everything before we asked her how she feel. She was embarrassed. I mean, I'm not inside of her, but it seemed pretty embarrassing. So I feel like I'm not gonna like talk to you about your embarrassment right at that moment. I don't know.
That's true. And then I like how they showed Destiny, was talking to, I believe she's talking to Melody. So I like how Destiny is becoming the bigger person. She came to Tiffany, and she told her, look, hey, I don't want to be at this weird space with you. I just want to see if we can fix this. So I do like how she was the bigger person. I did like that a lot. And another thing that stuck out to me with that scene when Marcel made a comment about how he realized that he worked so much and that he would never make that mistake again when he was talking to the guys. He said, I would never make that business choice again to work this much. It's going to be the last year. So for me, I put it, I hope he sticks to it. You know what I'm saying? I hope he sticks to it. And then I asked this question to myself last weekend. How bad does Tisha want family time? Like, for me, if I was in Tisha's predicament and I'm begging my husband, we need time. He brought up to her in that counseling session, where you spend. So that's why I got to work. So I feel like Tisha's not gonna go. I feel like for me, I don't want to leave my husband no excuse. I'm taking back the nice Mercedes we have. I'm taking back the Coach Chanel purses. We going to get Toyotas and Fords, and I'm gonna let them know, baby, be at home.
Ooh, I like that. Call his bluff, because a part of me just feel like he could just be saying that. But
Yeah,
let's say maybe she is spending and
yeah.
do it your way, because
Oh yeah,
she wants him. Like she just
yeah,
wants him.
yeah.
That's good. That's good advice.
And because you don't have, because then you don't have no excuse. I want to know, are you making an excuse, or what is it? So I feel like that'll be my last resort with him.
Mm.
Go to dramatic measures. You get what I'm saying?
Yep, that's good. Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
Yes, yes, yes.
That may work. Yeah.
It may. And then I also have my last note from here was when the guys was just talking, and I felt like Martell was letting his emotions out, talking about how he found himself in a depressed state. And I felt like they were all understanding each other. I wish they just would keep that same energy and not be so ugly and talk about each other behind their back. I really wish they can keep that, but it's unfortunate they can't.
Well, you notice who was missing. Maybe that's why it was fun. You know, because nobody was about to go and report back to their wife like the
Yeah.
person that usually would. So
That's true, but see, Martell be starting that stuff too now. I feel like Martell is the problem. I really do, because there was some drama that happened the last 2 weeks. Martell calling the men single, and I feel like Martell is the problem. I just do.
yeah, but I did like that scene, especially with them all being black men. And I know
Yeah.
sometimes it could be hard stereotypically, that's what they say,
Mm-hmm.
for black men to express their feelings and actually tell what they're going through. I really felt them in that moment. Actually, I'll tell you when I really felt them in a moment when we get to that scene. Well, more so when we get
Okay.
back to it, but yeah.
So scene two.
Okay, yeah, scene two.
Okay, so scene two, I don't really have much. That was pretty much Melody and Tiffany. I don't know where they met at. I don't remember. It looked like a doggone department store or something. But pretty much my thing that stuck out to me was Melody apologizing for Destiny. And it's like you apologizing for Destiny, but you never apologize for Tiffany and all she did to people. Like I don't remember her apologizing. Did she apologize? Because I just find that funny. She took up for Tiffany. She took up for her. She took up for her. Then when Destiny reaches her limit, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe she did that. So for me, that was whack. And another thing that stuck out when she was just like, look, I had to get my energy together, girl. When I'm getting my energy together, I don't feel like talking. I ain't calling. I'm not doing nothing. Shut my phone off. I want everybody to take notes. Sometimes you got to do that. You got to shut down the social media. You got to cut off the emails, the phone calls, and saying, look, catch me in the next 2 to 3 business days. Okay. Very, very much so needed.
Yeah. And I like seeing Melody in her place of business. Like she's such a boss. And I like how she used something that she said and monetized it and put it on the t-shirts and the bag. So that's the only thing that really stuck out to me in that scene. I'm like, that girl got it going on. Like, look at her. Like, I even noticed a little Melody Holt thing on the wall in the back. I'm like, oh, go ahead, Mel.
Oh, yeah.
So I like just seeing Black excellence in that moment. And I don't know. Let me not talk about that lady. Go ahead.
No.
I think she's going to step it up if she back next season 2. Because I'm like, why Tiffany always dressing like a grandmom lady? Like,
now you know what? I think her style is. I think her style is. I don't get grandma. I get sophisticated. I think she's very, very sophisticated.
Tiffany.
Yeah, to be honest, some of her clothes, because sometimes with my style, sometimes I'll be sexy, sometimes I'll be tomboy, sometimes I'll be sophisticated. And I like Tiffany's outfits. I ain't gonna lie. Tiffany outfits, majority of her outfits, I would totally wear. I think she's a classy, jazzy woman.
Right. And I do have to remember, see, they are not our age. So I have to remember, like, she may just dress how I don't see myself dressing. Like with the flowers and the prints and stuff, it reminds me of like your grandma's table or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It can be cute sometimes, but I just don't like how she wears it too much. So
Yeah, it'd be nice for her to switch it up. Melody switches it up, switch it up. Melody can be sexy. Melody can be tomboy. She can be, sophisticated.
They
So
all do. I
yeah,
think for me, she just don't dress like in this time. Like it's okay that she like not like she don't gotta be sexy, but I just feel like her clothes are maybe like from the 2000s. Like it just don't seem modern to me. Like that's all. That's all I guess I'm trying to say. Like it's fine that she's
oh,
sophisticated, but it just don't seem like modern. I don't know.
school
But
teacher. She's school
okay,
teacher,
maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe.
but she might be working in the school or something. How she get that information about Monster?
Very
She probably,
true.
she probably got a school teacher background because I get school teacher vibes from her. I do.
You know what? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
That's interesting. That's an interesting. Yeah, maybe she like, even if she's not like a teacher, maybe she work in the office. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, something.
guidance
Yeah.
counselor vibes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then scene 3. And
Okay.
that's Lewis and Martell and the kids. So I guess Lewis is like, was his son a coach or was Lewis the coach?
I couldn't remember. I just know, like at the end, remember Martell was like, "So is he good enough to come and play here?" And Lewis was
Yes.
like, "Yeah." So,
I want Martell to know just because you had something, don't mean it's gonna transfer down to your DNA, okay? Because my mama can sing and I cannot. Okay.
oh
So
wow.
just because you got that good left hand, it might skip.
But his son looked like he was doing really good, and I just all I said was like that their kids are just like
Yeah.
both equal them. Like they
Yeah.
look like you can see both of them in how like some
Oh
kids look
yeah.
more like one parent than the other. I'm like
Hmm.
they equally look like each other. I'm like,
Both
oh,
of
that's
them.
so cute.
That
I
is
remember
true.
Tasha K said something like that, like how if they was to have other kids, like
Hmm.
Melody or Martell, like it would kind of be obvious
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
their 4 kids together look like just so much like them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ew, they really do. So I'm like, look like Martell, but no, they look like
Yeah.
Melody. Like, oh
Yeah.
my
Well,
god.
we're gonna know. We're gonna know when they finally premiere. When they finally premiere Martell's child, we will know. I
Ooh.
mean, if the child does still look like the other kids, then that just shows that Martell genes are strong. And if they don't, then we just know that those are because my mind. I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm sure the little baby. They'll show the little baby face one day, honey. So
I'm starting to want to see it too for that reason. Before
yes,
I
yes,
do.
yes.
I can see the child, but I don't want to see the mom.
Hmm.
I'm not ready. Not ready.
Okay, so all I got from that scene, I put that Lewis give good advice because I feel like he does. But I also feel like Martell was sincere when he genuinely says that he feel like if Melody has something to do, instead of hiring a babysitter, ask me, run it by me, say, hey, do you want to watch the kids while I go out? I feel like he's sincere. I don't feel like he's trying to do it ugly. And I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
Too soon. They're not there yet. And like she said, I felt like he could just use if she do ask that, he would use that like against her. Like on this date at this time, she asked me to it seems like she need help. Like, no. I like it. I like the separation for now. Maybe they
Mhm.
can get to that, but right now it just seems like he out to take her down. So she can't get
Really?
him. Yeah. He up there saying that she cheated and stuff. Like you're trying to like tarnish her character to try to make her seem bad to like excuse what you're doing. So I feel like he would just do whatever it takes. And Lewis did give him good advice when he was just like, are you sure about that? I don't think that's gonna
Hmm.
go over smoothly. Like don't come between. I know you're a dad. I
Hmm.
get it, but tread lightly between like a mama bear and their cubs. Like just tread lightly.
I don't know.
Really,
I feel like I don't know. I just really got genuine vibe. Then he said she's a good mother. So he said that. He said that she was a good mother.
he's just trying to hurt her. That's like I feel like I can only imagine, but I feel like that
Mhm.
men know to get you there. You know what I mean? To hurt you in that kind of way is to custody and yeah. So I didn't think it was sincere. Did you ever watch that episode of I remember Tony Gaskins was talking about that. He was like, even the best man, he was like, I'm not impressed by their like child like raising skills. It's like not to say they cannot do it,
Yeah.
but women got that thing on lock. So it's just like, don't do it, Martell. Don't.
Now I don't think he should get 50-50 custody, but I mean him saying
Melody.
Melanie.
That's what he wants. He wants 50. I thought he wanted.
I mean, not 50-50. I don't think he should get full custody, of the kids, but it's not like he's making it up. He said even when they were married that she did too much, So this is an ongoing thing. He didn't just make it up. I mean, he's always said that she needs to slow down, so to spend more time with the kids.
It don't matter. It's some women that are like single moms that don't have the dad to depend on that has to use babysitters. So
I know, but she don't have to. So why do it? If you ain't got to, then why do it? I'm just saying, why spend time with the babysitter when they can be bonding with their dad? Like,
and he could have had that had he not stepped out of the relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust him. He could have them kids anyway. Like, no, not yet. Not yet.
She gonna have to. She lay down in that kids with him.
Yeah, eventually, but not right now. It's too fresh and new. Eventually,
it's definitely fresh.
But he could have had all that. He could have been watching the kids right now. But he messed that up, I'm glad Melody is staying on his neck about that. Thinking about the public when you was doing what you was doing. No, you weren't.
Okay, so we're gonna get to that scene. We got one more scene to go.
Okay.
Okay, so the scene with the Scotts. Mm-hmm. So the Scotts are back. They're back, honey. They're spending time together. They're double dating. So everything's good. Okay. I'm gonna let you go first. What you thought? Because I got some notes on that scene.
It was a couple things. Everything was. I don't know. Can you tell me how I should feel about this? Like, you were married, so. But I don't know if I should be taking it how I took it. But I really didn't like that comment about her mom. I know, like, Miss Wanda could be a.
Cinquetta.
Oh, okay. See, my internet just went out. Okay. Okay. So I was just saying, like, I really didn't like that little side comment he made about Miss Wanda, like how they said she looked like Miss Wanda. He's just like, he just really don't like. I don't know.
So how did you feel? I felt like it was a joke. I feel like it was just a joke. I think it was just something to just he high about that. A real person, whatever. I think it was just a joke.
I probably would have took it that way had he not, like, I'm trying to tell you, ever since he said that on the other side of the track comment, like, I don't really like him for that, so I always feel like he think he better so when it comes down to her family, when that gets brought up, I'm just like, I side eye it a little bit. What you mean? Because that is what you're gonna look like. Everybody say that, you're gonna look like your parent when you get older. Of course. Well, what you trying to say? Like,
right. And Miss Wanda's not ugly, so I feel like that's why it was a joke. Kids know she's not ugly, and everybody know that Tisha, she looks like her mom, But
it wasn't it was more so like because Miss Wanda's annoying, kind of like, I really don't like my mother-in-law. That's like the vibe I got. Like, I don't know. He always just, I don't know.
I mean, I don't blame him. If I had a wonderful mother-in-law, I wouldn't like her either. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, he has to respect her though. But I wouldn't like to have a mother-in-law like that. Like, for me, that might be grounds for divorce. I don't like my mother-in-law like that. I'm just saying.
It's true. And was I watching something? Or was it this show where it was like when you marry someone, you're marrying into the family too? That's stuff you really don't
that part.
Yeah.
That part.
I don't know if it was this show, but I feel like I recently just heard it.
Yeah, that's a word right there. That's facts. Okay.
Yeah. So he should have thought about that. Like, you know what I mean? Can I really be a part of the family?
Because I'm sure she was the same. I'm sure.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But she did look cute. I want to say that, and I really liked Marceau's transparency, and I guess he is really one of them traditional men that don't want to get help, because I felt like everybody was being there for him, like rallying behind him. I would have to give. I felt like getting vulnerable with Marceau. Like, look, we need you here. We want, if I'm his wife, I had to tell him that, like, your mental health is like important to me. Like, we need you to be. We want you to be strong. We're here for you. Like, it's okay. Like, to lean on us or to say everything is not okay. Like, tell me what's going on. I feel like that's the worst. Like, I would never want my husband to be dealing with something emotionally where he feel like he cannot talk to me about it. Like, I don't like that. I don't know. Some people like may like hurt themselves because they feel like they don't got nobody to talk to, and I would never want to. I don't like that. They gotta go to counseling. We need some help, because you need to be able to talk to me. Because what am I here for? I'm my wife. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, look, you don't emotional stuff. Like, who bring it on?
Exactly. Exactly. It's supposed to be like best friends. That's how I would want it. That's how I would want it.
I'm just like, why he don't want to like share? He cut off his brother. He didn't want. I thought what Maurice suggestion was great. I said, oh, that's good. Yeah, let the brothers go together. And he still shut that down.
Oh yeah.
I guess he just don't want to be vulnerable. What you think?
Oh Lord, do we got time? I'm gonna say the most important notes, okay?
Okay.
So the important question I had in my head is, what does Maurice and Kimmy know that Tisha and the rest of us don't know? And I say that because they're talking and Tisha's like, tell me what's going on. Like, I feel like you're telling people you're depressed, but I sleep with you every night. I sleep with you. He was just saying on another episode, we listen to the same music, we breathe the same air.
He did say that.
He just said that. So if that's what it is, then I should have known that you were depressed. Okay. But then Kimmy jumps out and say, what if it's the spouse? I feel like Kimmy, it's just us four. And we're talking about one specific person, not in general. So I feel like Tisha should then turn to Marceau and say, because I feel like Kimmy must know something that she don't know. Why would you say it must be the spouse? Why would you say that we're talking about one individual, my husband? So I would turn to him and I would say, okay, is it your spouse? Is it me? Because I would want you to answer that right here in front of everybody. Because why did she say that? And it was disrespectful. Because I feel like now you think that it's me or y'all know something I don't know. That's on her part. Then as far as Maurice, I feel like you have some nerve asking him to go to counseling with you and he won't go with his own wife. So what do you know still that we don't know? Because I feel like it's disrespectful. It's like if he wouldn't go for me, his covenant, why would he go for you? And that's what stuck out to me most. I thought they both were disrespectful.
Okay. All right. I guess I was like, maybe it was just a coincidence that she said spouse. Like, maybe she just I don't know, use that as an example. I mean, I see what you're saying, and I understand how Tisha took it too. Because remember, she took it that way as well. And then I felt like, okay, before like Tisha was the wife, that was his brother. So let's start with that first. Let's like, because you know, a lot of the stuff that we deal with do come from like childhood trauma. So I felt like maybe if they handle their internal childhood stuff together, then he could be a better husband. You know what I mean? So I felt that was fine. You know, and maybe it's a man.
No, if I was Tisha. And he went to counseling with his brother and would not go with me after you supposed to forsake all others, then it would have been a problem. I'm sorry. You forsake. I'm serious. I take marriage serious. And when we're married, it's me and you, us. Okay. I believe in the order. And I feel like, no, he's not. I wish he would. I was waiting for him. When he said, let's go to counseling together, I was like, baby, I was going to be here for Tisha. So that stuck out to me. And I just hate how everybody's going to Marceau's defense. Marceau says he's depressed and everybody. They got to have a doggone intervention. But what about Tisha over here? She's not getting what she wants. So who's going to come to her defense? Who's going to make sure she's okay mentally? And I don't like how everybody's taking up for Marceau. And then I have when Tisha told him, let me know what I can do. I don't want to lose you. And I just want her to know, does he feel the same about you? Does he say, what can I do? I don't want to lose you. And then actually follow up with that. And his actions prove that he does not want to lose you. So I didn't like that. And then I feel like his rebuttal of you can listen more. And then she's like, then they go to that thing where he's telling her how she's not listening and this and this. I feel like maybe right conversation, wrong place. When he said you should listen more, just say, okay, we'll talk about it when we get to the house then. I feel like that was too much. And then that was pretty much it. I just that scene had me heated in inside.
Well, good thing he said no for in your case. I was like, dang, I guess I really didn't think about it like that, forsaking all others. But I looked at it like maybe he may feel comfortable going with the man and deal with your childhood trauma. You know what I mean? Because if this stuff is something that like may stem from childhood and is now affecting our relationship today, like, go. But he said no.
And he better had said no. Baby, look, Cinquetta. When Maurice asked that man, is he wanting counseling? I think I'd probably been in somebody's. I think I would have kind of went off in somebody's comments tonight if that man would have said yes with his brother. Because he has done that is his wife, and he has done more with this woman, his wife, than he done with his brother. He sleeps with this woman. Yeah. He done got her pregnant. She had a baby for him.
Yeah.
So, but that was it. That was it, honey. I might go ahead and get mad all over again.
Oh, no, don't.
Okay. So you want to go to scene 5, the last scene?
Yes, let's talk about it.
Okay. So scene 5 was pretty much Melody and Martell, our favorite couple. But she was cute though. Mel walked in cute. Martell walked in blushing. Nothing new. Okay. And then it looked like he got up to get his hug. You noticed that? Like when she walked in, it looked like he was trying to get up to get his hug, and she was just like, nothing. Her energy was like, no, sir.
Right. Stay in your place. Sit down.
Right. I want to know why we're here.
Right.
So, and then it was nice that he admitted. So now we can see Miss Arionne, mistress. Now this is another time this man said on camera. He told this woman, "I was happy to see you." So what do you think that means? That mean that this man want his wife back. Okay, like I hope she gets that. But I don't know. I feel like the conversation was needed. I feel like it is very much too soon. I'm not gonna call Melody bitter, but I feel like divorce is too soon, and she's still doing low blows. They both still throwing low blows. I feel like her more than anything. To be honest, I feel like Melody goes low, and then Martell goes lower. Like I feel like if I had to blame somebody with that conversation going left, I think I'll blame Melody this time. I think Melody was not in the right tonight with that conversation.
I feel like it was like it don't matter. This is very touchy. Because I don't want to say it don't matter what goes on when the kids are with her. Because is she doing that? Like, is she asking what's going on with the kids when they're over there? Probably not. So it's just like, don't worry about what we got going on over here. Like, they're safe, they're fine. If I had to have 10 babysitters, it is what it is. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you lost that right. When we signed those divorce papers, the one house is down too. It's just going to be, it just is what it is. So I feel like he need to mind his business. Like until the kids can speak up and say something, if they got a problem, if their grades are being affected or, something like that. Okay. But Martell, butt out. I just feel like he's just trying to annoy her. He's trying to be a thorn in her side. Just trying to nitpick. I don't know. He seemed like the bitter one to me.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like to a certain extent, Martell is acting like a mama bear. I ain't gonna lie, because I get what Martell's saying. I ain't gonna lie, because when I say I have my kids 97% of the time, I have my kids 97% of the time. My kids are always with me. You know what I'm saying? If my mama not watching them, ain't nobody watching them. And I don't know. I feel like with Martell, I'm sorry, like, I have full custody, you know what I'm saying? And then my ex-husband spends time with the kids whenever, he wants to or whatever, but I'm still calling. I'm checking, because I'm going to be honest. If I did have that situation where I had to split custody, I probably would not. I do not want to split. I want to have my kids full time because I don't know. It's you'll see where you have kids. I get where Martell coming from, but at the same time, I feel like Melody is responsible. I get what you're saying. They did have a divorce, and I mean that's just what it is. But I get what he's saying. These different babysitters, like I ain't gonna lie, I could see him going to the courts because I would. I don't like that different babysitter stuff. Stick to one babysitter, maybe two. But all these other people and all this traveling, got these babies on the road, staying the night. I get it, but at the end of the day, he can file, but I feel like they still gonna get 50-50 custody. And I mean, Melanie legally, Melanie has a right to, like you said, whatever. It's my time, so whatever I choose to do, if the kid's not in harm, it is what it is.
Yeah, like let it be. So that's just I'm just like mind your business. Like it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is what because come on now. I feel like if it's 50-50, he gonna do the same thing. Like he gonna have babysitters watching the kids. Like that's why I just know he just being a thorn in her side. Like he got too much free time on his hands. Let it be.
Maybe right, push that comment though when he was like, and I do the girls' hair. Now when he said that comment, I'm like, come on, Martell. Now that's benefiting your daughters. Why what they got to them your kids? You I mean, what okay, I get that you do, but my thing is okay. Now when I just said that, maybe I'm hoping he's not doing it just to get back at her, but it's like you want primary custody, but you're already complaining about paying for their hair. So if you got primary custody, then you still probably gonna have to do their hair.
Yeah, and I think sometimes men, because I feel like it's usually men, they don't realize like okay, they may feel like they don't want to pay child support, so then that's when they go for the full custody.
Definitely.
But you're actually coming off scot-free, like easier just by paying child support, because when a child is there with you full time, it's in and out. If they got to scrape, if they got to go to the doctors, if you got to like, it's way more, like, you know, more that goes into it versus you just signing a check every month. Like you think that's a lot, but it's really not. Like you got to be there for the child at all times. There's no pause. There's no, so I don't get like, okay, you really want these kids full time. All right, here you go. Remember that off of I don't know if you ever seen What's Love Got to Do with It, when I try to have his new friend and the Lorraine King. Oh, you want to be a family man? Well, here you go.
And here you go, baby. Yeah, here you go. Here you go.
He was upset about that because it's a lot that goes on into that. Like, so we're not going to act like he really wants this. Like, I really don't see that. I just feel like he is being annoying to her, but I could be wrong.
I see it. I don't know. I see it. I feel like Martell will be a good full-time daddy because he's not paying child support right now, you know? So I feel like what would be his motive to do it other than time? Because, I mean, Mel don't have him paying crazy child support. He don't pay child support. But I can see him doing it. I mean, I can see him doing it. Being a full-time daddy.
And then he'll eventually be like, oh, this is harder than I thought. You know?
I think he would do it for a while. Then he will realize. I agree with that.
He may have to. She may just have to, even though it may hurt her, but just to prove a point. But Jimmy Harper said 2 things that I don't like about Martell is that a lot of the times he asks her to keep the kids because he has something to do, or he'll say to her, "Can you keep the kids this weekend?" Also, he would need a babysitter. He's just being right. That's what I'm saying. Like he stuff too. So he's probably going to ask a babysitter because I'm pretty sure his mom may not always be able to watch the kids or something like that. So just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Anything else with that scene? Oh, I just wanted to talk about how Melody said that the disrespect was going on since like the first year of their marriage. And how many years were they married?
We're about 15.
That 13, made me sad. 14. That made me but you know what? I'm pretty sure disrespect was going on while they were dating before she said I do. So that's what I want to talk about. When there's red flags, they are red flags for a reason. Don't go through with it. I think I was watching something on YouTube about that. Like the olden days, you know, women had to be married for survival. So they stuck with it. You know what I mean? If somebody was doing some X, Y, and Z up the street with granddad, and they stuck. But these are not those times. Okay.
No, it's definitely not.
This is not the Rosa Parks. Like, we women can get out on our own. So like, it's not worth being disrespected, blatantly just to have a man. This is not those olden days. We are not in Rosa Parks days. No. So it just like really was like, I can't believe she was going through this all the time. And it made me sad. We can get someone that would treat us right. Kind of like what you were saying about Tisha and Marcel. Like, if that's your partner, it should be like your best friend, should be able to open up to you and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just sad what we tolerate. Well, some women tolerate.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes it don't even have to necessarily be. I mean, it's cute. It'll be cool if it's your best friend, but I feel like even if let's say it's not your best friend, let's say you got a best friend and your spouse maybe not be your best friend, that should still be your confidant. That's your confidant. That should be the person that still know you best.
I agree. Like, I always feel like the relationship should be like an oasis or like a part of your peace, because life itself is already hard. I don't need to come home and be dealing with some more hardships. Like, I feel like it should be like, I can get my like recharge. Like,
right.
Feel better now that I'm with you. I can't wait to go home to like be with you.
Exactly.
So, but dang, if I gotta come home and be like dealing with turmoil, like in my place, because your home is your peace where you lay your
exactly.
head. And I still gotta do.
Right. And then another thing, now that you say what the whole disrespect within the first year of marriage, I feel like another thing when she said that, we never heard that at all. So for me, I feel like, okay, like when you break up with somebody, you kind of go back and you think about the mistakes. So I think that Melody, over the breakup and the divorce, I feel like she goes back and she looks at everything that happened and she dissects it. And she missed those flags that she did miss, because this is our first time even hearing about that disrespect in the first year. We thought everything was, because up until then, she said everything was fine. It seemed like everything was, quote unquote perfect, not perfect, but in her sense. So I feel like she probably was just going back and was like, you know what? I don't know. But
no, that's perfect. That's exactly like how I come up with most of my content on social media. I dissect my previous relationships, like, oh no, that was whack. Oh no, Cinquad, he was trying to play in your face. Like, oh no, I'm gonna talk about this. Pay attention to this first next time, you know what I mean? So that is true. Like, when you're in it, what they say, hindsight is 20/20. When you're in it, you really don't see it like that. But then when you get out of it, like, oh my gosh, I really put up with a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
No more. So
that part.
I'm about to go on Twitter. Let's see. Can you see the screen? Okay. Do I need to make it bigger?
Yeah. I can see it.
Okay. All right. So this says, I'm sorry, but there's no excuse for a man not to be able to take a vacation with his family. You make time to do things that are important to you. Interesting. We didn't talk about that. What did you feel about that, and how Tisha was going on vacations by herself? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
No more. Like I said, it would be to the point to where I'm taking the cars back. We going back to whatever we got to go back to. One car, drop off and pick up, so we can spend time while I'm dropping you off at work. Maybe we're going back to what we got to go back to. We got to get back to basics. We got to get back to the love, and that would be my last resort. Because I'm not going on another vacation without my man.
And we can do a local vacation. We can do a stay vacation. We don't even got to spend money. We go to the little hotel up the street. The kids can play in the pool, and that's okay. Yeah, I hope she's listening. I know she probably not, but like, give her a good
inbox.
Right, there you go. Martell wants Mel to pay child support because he's struggling now. He ain't slick.
Now look, that might be something. They might be on to something.
Let's see. Oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna tell you, Tisha look well servant.
Oh yeah,
this was cute.
I love the brown. Love it.
Me
it was
too.
nice.
I was like, okay. I said the same thing. She looked good. Mel, stay out of it. Tiffany's mouth deserved all the threats she received from Destiny.
Exactly. I agree.
Every time Tiffany and Lewis come on my screen.
Come on now, Whitney.
But Destiny keeps having negative encounters with Tiffany. That Tiffany starts. So
Right.
why is Tiffany wrong?
Why is Destiny wrong? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make sense.
Martell loves talking about doing what's best for the kids. You should have thought about that several years ago. That's right there. Don't say that. So you think knowing the songs are more damaging until they find out about the relationship and their new siblings? If you say so. I see Motormouth Lewis wasn't invited to that breakfast with the guys.
You said that. You said
yeah. So I brought it up because I remember seeing this tweet. Tisha, Kimmy wasn't shading you. She was giving right. I didn't think it was shade. I didn't think it was shade.
Okay, don't listen. Don't give me no example because we talking about us. We talking about one small. We talking about him. We not talking about nobody else. We talking about him. Her question was, why didn't you come tell me? And she said sometimes it's the spouse. So that means that you saying that it's me. I mean, that's not to me. That's not you. That's not. We don't need no example, girl. We don't need no. Okay. We talking about me.
Interesting. Okay. I thought it was just it was very close. You know what I mean? It was close to being like shade. It was right there. The line was very
Baby, let me tell you some Tisha better than me. I'd have turned that chair around. We about to get some business clear tonight.
So what you mean? Like this spouse?
No, I'd have put like no, I'd have asked him just as nice and calm. I'd have turned that chair around and I'd have been like, well, okay, well, let's get to the bottom of this. We're gonna get to it.
Because it seems like y'all been doing a lot of talking as this.
Period.
Remember that scene off of Why Did I Get Married at the table? And you remember that movie?
Oh, I definitely remember it.
Okay, remember
the table scene is iconic. What part are you talking about though?
Remember when Tasha, she was like, y'all been doing a lot of talking. So let's bring it to the table now.
Oh yeah.
Right. So that's how you would do it. So
not talk away. Not like us. She was on a 10. I probably did it like a 1.
But she brought it out in front of everybody.
I would have definitely brought it out to the table. We would have come because first off, don't play with me, Tisha. I mean, don't play with me, Kimmy. We're gonna get it together and we're gonna see if he man enough to say I'm the problem. And if I'm the problem, I'm gonna help you fix it. Because if I'm the problem, then 2 + 2 about to be 4 for you tonight, baby.
Well, let me read these last couple ones. Tiffany, honey, you can't talk crazy to people, then tell them how they should react. That's true. That's true. Right. Another narcissist. Martell doesn't want full custody. He just wants to control Melody's emotions by getting her to start screaming and yelling again. And by using what's like closest to her. You know what I mean? Which is the kids. I don't think it's they don't want
I don't know when they exploded and started going back and forth. I'm thinking he better not bring this up right now. Because at that point I feel like common sense to say, let me get a mediator. I'm not about to do this, bring this up right now.
There we go. If he really wanted the kids, like I've been talking to, he could have went back to that lady that they had to sit down with.
Yeah,
like, a professional. Don't be trying to be messy and talk to Lewis. What do he know? But what he knows, he's not a professional.
I don't know. I feel like he came in Melanie really nice and respectful, but when they started going back and forth, going low and doing low jabs, and she got mad, I feel like he should have been like, "Okay, look, I tried to come to her third party now." But
yeah, good point. Hopefully they bring that in.
We'll see, honey. He going to the courts though. I can see it.
Still being annoying. I know I didn't just hear that little girl say, I saw you going in the hotel with her. Then Martell going to have the nerve to look shocked. And you worried about a song. Boy, bye. Oh my gosh.
That must be on that next episode thing. I got to watch that. I got to rewatch that.
Yeah, that did come up. Yeah, it showed like, the little.
Oh, I must have missed that real quick.
Yeah, that little girl did say, the daughter did say that. The daughter did say that.
About the mistress?
Remember Martell was like, oh, well, you ain't see, but Martell was like, I'm seeing somebody. He said that to the kids. And he was like, the little daughter was like, Oh yeah, we seen you in the hotel. You see, we seen that lady. You took her to the hotel or something like that. The little girl said. Yeah.
But now he talking about he need custody, baby. A judge see that?
That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna be able to do your dipping and dodging like you want to, Martell, with the
A
kids
judge
there.
see that little girl say something like that, it's over for him. That's disrespectful. Your daughter should not know about you in no hotel with no woman. I'm sorry. That's bad parenting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, like he talking about like babysitters. Like,
Yeah,
you the one
that's
that had some infidelity problem. Who knows? You might get another lady pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah. Your kids shouldn't be knowing about that dog web you got going on. Okay.
Yeah. So that's gonna be in the next episodes to come.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys. So thanks again for joining us on another review breakdown of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3, episode 12. I think it is. We will talk to you guys again another night. Bye.
Bye.